Hello, it's a hearty welcome from me, Noel Cronin, to another personal selection of what's coming up on Talking Pictures TV over the next fortnight. I'm very proud of the sheer variety of what we show on this channel, and it's not easy to choose just a few films and shows, but I really wouldn't want you to miss any of the things coming up, including Peggy Mount as a charwoman who cleans up on the stock market, one of Jerry Anderson's finest super marionation shows making its channel debut, Caroline Quinton and her friends undertaking a daring robbery, and Cary Grant and Ingrid Bergman as the stars of one of the finest thrillers ever made. But first to Sherwood Forest. Who comes to mind when you think about Robin Hood? Errol Flynn, our own Richard Green, or perhaps Richard Todd? Richard Todd is often overlooked, but he stars in the spectacular The Story of Robin Hood and His Merry Men from 1952. This live-action film from Disney made in Technicolor is a real visual treat. Todd is joined by Joan Rice as Maid Marian. Joining him in The Story of Robin Hood is a top British cast. Surely James Hayter was born to play Friar Tuck. And how about James Robinson Justice as Little John? Not forgetting Peter Finch, who is superb as the Sheriff of Nottingham. The thieves in our film Hot Money from 2001 kept all their ill-gotten gains in order to live the high life. Hot Money is based on the true story of some Bank of England employees stealing old banknotes destined for the incinerator. The film was specifically written for the multi-talented Caroline Quinton. This is an ingenious crime caper with more than a hint of humour. Do they get away with it? You'll have to watch to find out. Many of you have asked, is Captain Scarlet coming to Talking Pictures TV? The answer to that is a resounding yes, and very soon. Captain Scarlet and the Mysterons, to give its full title, was first broadcast in 1967. It was the 8th Super Marionation series. It's 2068 and the Earth finds itself at war with the alien race. Thank goodness for security agency Spectrum, whose top agent is the indestructible Captain Scarlet. Scarlet is voiced by Francis Matthews, channeling the transatlantic tones of the great Cary Grant. Also in the cast are Sylvia Anderson, Ed Bishop, Charles Tingwell and Donald Gray. Relive with us the feeling of I should be doing my homework, but I can't miss Captain Scarlet. Trust me, you really can't. I know from your messages that many of you enjoy your regular Look at Life with us. I'm happy to say we have lots of new episodes of Look at Life coming up. This series of short films produced by Rank for Cinema Screening made up a fascinating snapshot of the 1960s British life. Here are just 3 great examples from 1967. Sadly, Earl's Court no longer exists, but for many years it drew hundreds of thousands of people to its popular shows, as our film Putting Up a Show demonstrates. In Funny Business is No Joke, we take a look at the work of the comedian. There's a lot that goes on behind the scenes before they get up and tell their best gags. Pushing the Bike examines the impact of the bicycle on the world and the ever-growing interest in cycle racing. Time to get your rusty old bike out of the garage. Many thanks to all of you who take the time to write in with your comments and questions. I'm always happy to answer your questions whenever I can. Here's an interesting one from Roy Bailey in Hungerford. Dear Noel, why some of the films you show listed on Freeview EPG under their American titles. I recently wanted to catch up with Happy Ever After, but when I tuned into the Channel 82, I thought the advertised program had been changed because a film called Tonight's the Night was listed. I was taken to switch off, but when I realised what had happened, the posters in what's on TPTV gave the correct British title. Is this something you choose to do, or a problem with Freeview? And if the latter, what can be done? Regards, Roy Bailey from Hungerford. Well, we always send the correct titles to the agencies that deal with the EPGs. What they do and how they use them is beyond our control, I'm afraid. But always have a quick look at our website if you can, because we believe this is the best guide. It's time for one of our favourite British comedies, Ladies Who Do from 1963, which stars Peggy Mount and a host of comedy acting talent. Our Peggy leads a group of cleaners who use information gained from their city employers to make a killing on the stock exchange. It soon transpires they'll need their money and their wits to stop their street being demolished. Although set in the Battersea area, the street the ladies live in was actually filmed in Kew, not far from Twickenham Studios, where the film was produced. Ladies Who Do was co-written by Michael Pertwee, brother of John, who appears in the film. Also in the cast are Robert Morley, Harry H. Corbett, Miriam Carlin and Dandy Nichols. I told you it was a great comic cast. But I'm also pleased to announce the return of one of the greatest films ever made, and that's not just my opinion. The 1946 film Notorious stars Cary Grant and Ingrid Bergman and was directed by master of suspense himself, Alfred Hitchcock. It features on numerous lists of the best films of all time. Ingrid Bergman is cast against type as a troubled woman living a boozy life in Miami. She's recruited by Cary Grant to infiltrate a group of Nazis in Brazil. Of course, sparks fly between them. This is the perfect Hitchcock thriller and includes a lead villain under the thumb of his domineering mother. The party scene alone will keep you on the edge of your seat. Thank you all for joining me once again for pick of what's coming on your favourite channel. If you want to know more about what's happening at Talking Pictures TV, why not subscribe to our weekly newsletter, which drops into your mailbox every Sunday. If you'd like to write to me, you can get in touch via email at noel@talkingpicturestv.co.uk. If you prefer to put pen to paper, the address to write to is Talking Pictures TV, P.O. Box 592, Kings Langley, Hertfordshire, WD4 4DB. Well, I'm off, as I hope you all are, to get a cleaning job, hopefully in the city, and get some of those used old fibres. And if Mike was around, he'd have still 3 white ones in his wallet. You know what I mean with the white ones, don't you? Anyway, till next time, see you then.